Hello guys, welcome to Canadian Parinde. I'm so excited today. Should I share the news?
Oh yeah, we should actually.
So guys, 2 of our subscribers have reached out to us on Instagram sharing a very good news कि उन्होंने अभी recently घर book कराया है and our videos have helped them being motivated and go for the new construction. So we are very happy because our experience, our things are actually helping someone, especially to you people sitting on that side of the camera and watching us.
A lot of people has asked us in different videos that how we actually manage our down payment. As we have told, we manage 20%. It is a very important and crucial question.
In a nutshell, this whole episode is divided into 3 parts. How we save the money for down payment, our strategy to cut down our expenses, and third, how we make extra income to save for the down payment.
Exactly, that's exactly what I said.
At our time, when we used to reach out to our friends asking their experience, how they save money, they all used to say, cut down expenses, don't go out, don't go for vacation. So basically, live a life without any use. And we did follow those steps for a couple of months,
Exactly.
remember?
वो होता नहीं है. It's not practical. वो चल नहीं रहा था. We have to sacrifice a lot. So that's how we actually came up with our own strategy that actually helped us save a lot of money.
And in a better way.
Exactly.
First thing that you need to know is the amount of down payment you need to save. For example, in our case, we always targeted to go for 350 to 400,000 house, and for that we plan to have 5% of down payment as we were looking into a resale house that time. But sooner, after months of research and being out in the market, we realized it make more sense to go for the new built house that was giving us extra 15 months to save, and which way we can actually jump from 5% saving to 20%. So I totally agree. This time the market is super crazy. If you are out in a market probably looking for 600, 700,000 houses, the figures for saving might be different for you, but the strategy remained the same.
क्योंकि बहुत bother कर रही है मेरे को मुख्य.
गई मार.
So second most important thing is how much time you needed to save this down payment. So say in our case, since we moved our strategy for buying a resale house to a brand new home, we got 1.5 years, which is again an advantage for us. But it might be different for you. Say for example, you just started working and you probably need 2 T4s generated in order to qualify the mortgage.
That's a very good point because recently one of our friend, he's suffering as he don't have 2 T4s. So neither of a bank is actually giving him pre-approval, and this time is very important as well because this is the time you are building your credit history, you are planning to get your 2 T4, and in additional you are saving for your down payment. So these 3 things go hand in hand. The profile that Deepak and I have worked on, here the salary ranges from 60,000 to 85,000, and our salary take home used to be $8,174 after all the tax deduction.
So the second most important thing is you have to find out how much are your monthly expenses. So in our case, our expenses were $3,500 per month, but we were managed to lower it down to $2,500.
Soon you will be seeing those strategies in the video, so stay tuned.
So we estimated that after 15 months, after all the expenses, our savings will be $90,784. So you'll probably be thinking that, oh, now we save $90,000, so that's good enough. That's not the case because we take out $20,000 from that saving and put it in an emergency fund. So after taking out the cash for the emergency fund, our estimated amount has been reduced to $70,000.
With the God forbiddness, what if one of the partner loses or her job, or if there is any emergency in the family that you need to support. So it's always a good idea to have a good amount of cash in your bank account to support you at that uncertain time.
So the next important thing we did is we paid all of our outstanding debts. So be it car payments or any outstanding payment on the credit card, we want to make sure that all of them are properly paid up before we move into the mortgage step.
This way, when we're going for the house, we make sure that we have no other liability and our focus is just for the mortgage.
So we have opened a separate account with Scotiabank that has a high saving interest of 1.5%. I know it's not a lot, but then all the money from the saving goes to that account. Apart from that, the 15% of that salary actually goes to the TFSA account, which is a tax-free saving account, which was further invested into different options like mutual funds, stocks, bonds. So with all these investment, we got another $2,000 added to our investment. So in top of that, what we did is we got an annual raise of around $4,000, both of us. We saved that money and we actually put it in a separate account which we call as India trip. That we're going to talk about more.
Guys, quick question for you. So how much is the renting amount you are paying right now? Don't forget to put that in comments below because we are planning to make a video on renting versus buying. So your inputs will be really helpful. Now let's talk about the most exciting part, how we actually lower our expenses from 3,500 to 2,500, which by the way was a big drop. We did a really good job on that.
You have to sit back, relax, take a deep breath, and you have to figure out what are your luxury expenses are that you can cut and won't hurt you in a bigger way. What we started is we allocated budget for everything, for food, for clothing, for buying electronics.
So that budget was so strict that whenever we went out for shopping, we rather used to shop with the cash, making sure, if cash is done, no more shopping, time to go home. And this happens because if you shop with a credit card, you end up shopping more than out of your budget. So that's a smart tip. Start shopping with the cash.
Instead of eating outside at work every day, I started packing my own lunch. And that way, we saved another $3,200.
लंबी बनानी है, छोटी नहीं बनानी है.
During that time, we wanted to buy a bigger TV. But we hold that expense and instead use whatever we already had. By that, we actually saved $1,700.
Instead of going to gym, how about buy the basic equipment that we actually use in a gym and rather start practicing those in our home at our convenient time. This overall thing save us $1,200.
Right. We used to buy around $100 worth of stuff in terms of clothing, bags, and shoes. What we decided is we won't be buying a new stuff unless we donate one. And you know what? With that technique, we end up saving another $1,600 over the span of 15 months.
Is your inbox is also full of offer sales from your favorite brand? Well, at least mine were. So in order not to fall into a trap of unwanted sale, I decided to unsubscribe from those brand. And for the item that was must for us, we start watching out the sale on Amazon or online portals, and this way we save around $600. Talking about the vacation, we both are big time lovers of exploring different countries and cities. So instead of going and exploring North America that time, we opted to go and visit India, meet our family, and on our way back, we explored Europe for a couple of days. Now this way, we get to utilize the time with our family and we went out for a vacation as well.
So by saving across all different things, we ended up saving around $15,000 in the terms of 15 months, and which is a lot of money.
Apart from the saving, cutting down expenses, we use a different technique to make extra money, and we call it side hustle.
Right, for the side hustle, that means earn an extra cash from something that you would like to do. So say for example, you might like doing stitching, or you like to drive Uber, or say for example, you like taking pets for the walk.
Basically any activity without killing yourself.
So in our case, I used to teach undergrad students at my college time. So what I did is I started taking classes in a neighborhood, only one student at a time for like 5 hours in a week. We also sold some of the stuff that we were not using for a long time. That got another $500. So in total, we got $5,300 by just doing all these things. So now our savings has been increased to $76,000.
Okay Google, what's the time? एक तो मेरी सुनती नहीं है.
1:31 PM. हमारे पास सिर्फ आधा घंटा है क्योंकि अर्शा जग जाएगी.
Ashya 2:30 पे उठ जाती है, so we don't have much time, okay?
So 1 hour.
You might be thinking we are still few thousand shy from our target amount. But we had a little extra saving that we have kept separately. Now those savings came from our previous smart tips that we were doing.
Like we said in our previous videos that we always like renting in a low budget apartment than going for a luxury one. So we kind of saved around $8,000 from that kind of option.
We are the people who buy less expensive car and rather prefer to save money for the down payment. So even now we have a Honda Civic
2010.
So instead of going for the expensive and the latest model car, we prefer to go for the car which was 10,000 less expensive and more economical on fuel that time, so we can save faster.
The car that we owned, we paid it off quite early, so we kind of saved around $2,000 in terms of loan payments.
And each and every dollar matters when it comes to down payment.
And you know what? Because of all these, we had $20,000 sitting in our account, which was all from the savings.
Hoo-hoo! With all these strategies and tricks, we were actually above our saving, and we are so proud of it that instead of getting money from back home or bothering our families about it, we were actually able to save the money.
Right, and you know what? That extra money was very helpful in getting new things for the house, say appliances and all these things.
Saving for a down payment looked like a hard journey, but this journey is possible if you follow the smart tricks and try to cut down your expenses. I hope with our experience that really helps you and motivate you. And regardless which stage you are in buying the house, if you find our videos informative and get even the single input, please reach out to us and let us know. You are really making us happy by sharing this news.
And again, if you like this video, share it, subscribe it, put that notification button so that you will not miss the next video. Next video is renting versus buying.